Yay, we're recording episode 7. I think this is episode 7. Okay. What are we gonna do now? Is there anything in particular that you want me to explain in the realm of coding? Otherwise, are you going to give me the option to decide what we're gonna learn today?
Um, I think I will give you the realm to
Oh,
decide.
okay. In that case, what I want to do is give you the exact same leak code problem that we solved at the beginning of the last episode, and then have you implement it again from scratch until you can do that.
Okay. Let me find the LeetCode problem.
Um, no, don't find the leak code problem because um, you might have the solution already there, and I don't want you to look at it.
Okay.
I'll,
Um,
I'll just I'll give you the problem. It's literally just a sentence.
okay.
And yeah, can you share your screen?
Yes. Can you see it?
Uh, Wow, that is so loud. Yeah, I can see your screen. What am I thinking about right now? What? Yeah, wait, hold on. Let me think about how this is gonna work. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know how this is gonna work. Let's just do it. So, Amari, can you see my screen is the question.
Mm, yes, I can see your screen.
Okay,
You.
cool. Yeah, so that is the leak code problem. So, I guess what
Okay.
I want from you is to write a function that does that. So I'm gonna put. I was like, how do we do this? Because you don't have the leak code problem. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe you. Wait a second.
Okay. What's wrong?
I just this recording software is gaslighting me. Oh, okay. It. I'm not tripping. Wait. Let me hold on. Wow, this is so embarrassing. Okay, whatever. All right, Amaria.
Let me copy and paste this into the chat
Yeah, let me
so I can have it right here, so I don't have to look at Discord.
Command Shift. Okay, yeah, so basically, Amaria, I would like for you to write a function that does that and talk to me whenever you don't understand. Just like think out loud here. So,
Okay. You can see my screen, right?
yes, maybe zoom in a little more.
Okay. Okay. Given an integer array num sorted in non-decreasing order, return an array of the squares of each number sorted in non-decreasing order.
Yeah,
Okay.
so first of all, you're gonna want to write just like a function, like def my function, or whatever you want to
Okay.
call the function, because yeah, your code is going to accept is going to be in the form of a function.
Okay. So let's do define function.
Let's call it the function sorted squares,
Sorted squares. Okay.
and then it's going to take one parameter called nums, M-U-N-N-U-M-S.
Okay.
Does your intuition tell you what that is short for?
Numbers, maybe? I'm pretty sure.
It is numbers. My
Okay.
smart sister. Um, can you lowercase the s in sorted? We're
Yes.
just trying to make it look just like LeetCode. Okay.
Okay.
Um, Now, that's your function. So yeah, given an integer array nums, so according to the problem statement, nums is your integer array. Remember, array just means list. Um, One day I will explain why we use two different words for those, but that's not important right now. What's important is that your function accepts a. Do you know what an integer is?
A number, a whole number.
Yeah, that's positive or negative or zero.
Okay. Well, I know for this one, we're going to have to use a for loop. So let me write that right now. So I'm going to do for the index in range. I'm not going to put 0 because that would be redundant. So I'm going to put.
Hold on. Before you write code, before you even write any code, do you think you're able to explain to me the solution without any code right now? Like, what what is it? How does how to say this? I understand that in the end you're going to write code and then hit run and then see if the code works. But I want you to imagine there's no such thing as programming. You just have to like theoretically transform that input into an output with just English words. Like, what would you do in the function? Like, don't write the code to do it, but just explain what the code would do.
Well, if nums are the integers in the list, we want to take those integers in the list and we want to return those integers but squared.
Mm-hmm.
And nums is what's going to be your input whenever I run the function. So I could put like 1 or 2 and it should return 1 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
So, which can you do this for me? Can you like write an example input, like an example nums that you would pass to the function, and then tell me what the expected output would be, like what you would return?
Yes, you want me to write it
Uh,
in the function?
Want to write like a comment, maybe above or below the function?
Let me do it below.
Just be like, yeah, nums equals whatever you want, literally anything, and then the output, the expected like output would be whatever.
25, 6 times 6 is 36.
Okay. So far, so good. Now, and so what I would want you to do, maybe under that, make a new comment, do
Okay.
step one, like write step one, right? And then before you even write the code, just tell me what are all of the steps of the function that you're going to do. Step one, like for example, step one, loop through every number, for example, because you were just about to write a for loop. So instead of writing the for loop, just write for like step one, loop through every number, you know? Do you understand? Like instead of writing the code, write what the in English language what the code is going to do.
Okay. Step 1, loop through every number in the list because nums is the list, right? Or the array.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. And then I believe step 2 would be if whenever I loop through every number, I'm going to square every number we loop through in nums. And then step 3. Step 3 would be return the squared nums in the function.
Okay, I like this. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
So first, I'm going to tell you right now, your three steps are correct,
Okay.
but I do think you're missing a step or two, or maybe in your brain you're not, but in the language that you're using, I think you definitely are. And my question is, like, how are you? Don't you have to like store the square numbers somewhere? What are you returning? Like, I understand return the square nums. So when I say what are you returning, I mean like what is the like literally what is the thing that you're returning? Are you returning an
We're
integer?
returning a list of the squared nums.
Okay, but nowhere in your steps did you say create a list to return it. So could you add that in your steps? Like
Yes.
where you even like yeah, create like yeah, the oh my god.
I don't know what you are. So if we're gonna create somewhere to store it,
Yeah, what you can do, can you press enter like twice? And then you can even just so do like write a comment right there and do steps. Okay. And then under that you can delete you can delete the word step 1 and the word step 2 and the word step 3 because we're just going to assume
what just happened?
yeah, I mean might want to keep the hashtag so it stays as a comment.
All right. So if we have to find somewhere to return it, I feel like this would be create.
Okay.
I think the list is empty because it has to be empty.
Okay. Fun fact, I was going to ask you, is the list empty? I was going to ask you that.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just read what you said. Number one, you're going to create an empty list for the squared numbers to be returned. So we have an empty list right now. And then you're going
Okay.
to loop through every single number in nums. That's fair. How are you going to square a number if you don't even loop through the numbers? That makes sense to me. And then you're going to square every number that you loop through in nums. That makes sense. How are you going to square the number if you don't square the number? This is my attempt at being funny, but yeah, guys. And then number four, you return the squared nums in the function. Okay,
Yes.
so let me ask you a question. So I have an empty list. I loop
Mm-hmm.
through every number. I
Mm-hmm.
square every number, and then I
Mm-hmm.
return our empty list.
You return the empty list?
If I did everything that your code said to do exactly, I would create an empty list. I would loop through every number. I would square the number, and then I would return an empty list because
Oh.
because nowhere in your steps did you say put anything in the empty list. The list is empty.
Oh. Okay, wait. Um, After we square it, then we why is it doing that? Then we're gonna attach this. Is it attached? Right, that was an A word. But
Uh,
basically we're gonna put the square numbers into the empty list.
yes, yeah. And we this does not matter. The exact word that it is, it does not matter. But I will tell you, it is append.
Oh. Okay. I knew it was an A word, but
Okay, that makes sense to me. Let me ask you one final question. In your example input, you have 5, 6. What if it was 6, 5?
like what if this was 6-5?
Yeah, like what if nums was 6, 5 instead of 5, 6?
Mm,
I'm telling you to change nums to be 5, 6 or 6, 5 instead of 5, 6.
I thought it was supposed to be
No,
let me see.
I'm giving you a different example input,
Oh,
and I
okay.
want you to tell me what the output should be for that input.
Okay. This should be 36 and should be 25.
Okay. Can you reread the problem description out loud?
Given an integer array nums sorted in non-decreasing order, return an array of the squares of each number sorted in non-decreasing number.
Okay. So return an array sorted in non-decreasing order. Non-decreasing means increasing.
Okay. Um so I think I would have to put these in increasing order. I think I would do that.
Wait. So first you have to change the example outputs to be what you expect it to be. Um, is your
Oh,
example output correct right now? Is my question.
it is not. So this should be 25, 36. Okay. Yes. This
Okay.
is my expected output.
And yeah, do you think the steps that you wrote would turn that input into that output?
No, because I think there's a no, because it wouldn't be in non-decreasing order because 6 is first, and then whenever we're iterating through the list, it goes like so. This I would have to sort them. I think the function for that is sorted. So I would have to sort the. I would have to sort them. Sort the squared nums in the that is attached to the list. Wait, should be right here.
Is your door open?
It is.
Would you mind closing it?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. And this should be return the sorted.
Okay. Um, so the reason this should be the process for every single line of code you ever write in your entire life. Before you even write the code, you should know what is the problem that you're trying to solve first. You never write the code first. Like you should. So right now, I would say you already have the problem solved before you even wrote the code. You already have the problem solved.
Okay.
Okay, we call
Yeah,
that.
this helped a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm in my opinion, writing the code right now is going to be much easier than it was before. And we call this I call this decoupling. Okay. Step one, solve the problem without code, then turn that into code. I also call it modularization. Okay. Separating the steps. Step one, write the steps. Step two, write the code. This will take you very far. You should always like decouple and modularize as much as possible in life in general. I do it in guitar, but that's out of topic. Anyways, I think you're ready to write the code. What do you think?
Okay. I think so.
Cool.
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
So I'm gonna go up here. So first, create an empty list for the squared nums to be returned. So I'm gonna label it as empty list. Okay. And then loop through every number in nums. So I'm gonna do for I in range. I'm gonna put nums instead of 0 comma nums because this should automatically set start equal to 0. No, I lied. The length of nums. For I in range 0 to the length of nums because we have to iterate through every number. And then square every number. Wait, this would be the index and this would be the actual number. Okay, then after that, after we got the actual number in the list, we're gonna square it. So I'm gonna label it squared nums equals the actual number in the list. And then I'm going to square it. And then after I square it, here, can you still see?
I
Just
can.
so let me put this up. Okay. And then for I range, it's gonna iterate through the length and it's gonna print these. And then after I squared it, I have to attach the squared numbers to the empty list. So I don't think this is not in the ring. You said it's appendix? Append.
Yep, a pin.
So we just attach those squared numbers to the empty list. Wait. And then I'm going to create another variable. Sorted squared numbers equals. Okay, this is the part that also confused me last video. I need to set this equal to. Is it.
Yeah, this is just a syntax question. Sorted is a function that accepts a list and returns a list. It returns that list, but sorted.
Sorted is a function that accepts a list and returns it. Okay.
Uh, so,
So that should be a.
wait. Can you delete that line for a second? We gotta back up. We gotta
Yes.
back it up. Okay, so can you also delete line 9? We gotta back up.
Yes.
So squared nums equal. Can you explain what line 8 is doing?
So I'm creating a variable that's going to be the numbers in that list squared.
Okay. Um. So, but what is the? Here's a new definition. What is the type of that variable? Type means it's a list, or it's a integer, or it's a string,
Like, what's
etc.
the type of this?
What is the type of square nums?
A variable.
That is true. Um but is your variable a integer, or is it a list, or is it a string? Like what are you trying to store in that variable?
Integers.
You're trying.
Integers. So that I can attach those integers to the empty list.
So, okay, so I'll tell you right now, the only types you have learned are list, integer, or string. In a the only things you have learned so far that you can store in a variable is a string or an integer or a list, one list, or one integer or one string. Do you agree with that? If you don't, tell me,
Yes.
and then I'll explain. Okay, so I'm asking, like, are you storing a string? Like, is squared nums equal to a string, or is it equal to an integer, or is it equal to a list? Like, what are you trying to make it equal to? Like, what type out of the three options that you've learned so far?
A list.
Okay. Um, did you? How do you create? Did you create a list called squared nums?
No.
Actually, my better question is what? Forget everything on the left of that equal sign. Let's just look at nums of I to the power of 2. What is the type of nums?
An integer.
So just a reminder, when I say nums, I'm talking about the input to your function. Could you go to line 4 and double click the word nums?
Yes.
Okay, so my question is, what is the type of that variable?
This is a list.
Okay, so can you go to line 8 and double click on nums? What is the type of nums?
This is a list too.
I agree. Now, can you click and highlight nums of I? And what is the type of that operation? Like, what is that?
This is an integer.
I agree. And can you highlight everything to the right of the equal sign? An integer to the power of 2. What is the type of that?
An integer.
I agree. So, what you just told me is that squared nums, which you want to be a list, is equal to an integer. Um, that is encoding what we call literally impossible. You cannot set a list equal to an integer. So, yeah. So there's a problem here because you're telling me that you want squared nums to be a list, but you literally just set it equal to an integer. So it's going to be an integer.
What if I append the empty list to this?
What if, can you explain that thought? Explicar.
Like, if I. Because now this would be a list. Can I do that? Can you do that?
All right, let's take a step back. Please delete line 7 and line 8. I think we're getting lost in the sauce. So
Okay.
what do you want to do in English? Don't write any code. Just tell me what do you want to do in the loop?
Loop through every integer in the list.
Yeah, you wrote the code to do that. Now, inside of the loop, every single iteration of the loop corresponds to one. So we already know I is the current index. Nums of I is the current number in the list at the current index. Does that make sense? Don't lie.
Yes, it does make sense.
Okay. So in the loop, every iteration of the loop, you're looking at the current number at the current index. But what do you want to do with the current number? Why
Square
did
it.
Sorry, I don't want to get lost in the sauce. Okay. What do you want to do with that number that you just squared?
What do I want to do with it? Um,
Actually, you know what? Don't even answer that. Just do what you just said. I agree. Just square the number. Just do it. Cool. You just squared a number. I don't know how that's gonna return an array of an array containing the numbers squared. So you can tell me, you can continue your thought process. I agree. You do need to do that, but like, what else do you want to do in the list? What do you want to do? You want to do anything with that squared number?
I have to attach that number to the list, to the empty list.
Okay, I agree. Do you know how to do that?
Uh, I have to append it, but
Yeah, I agree.
how would I
So
how would
to
I append it if it's not equal to anything?
so in Python, the way that you append a an integer, the way that you append anything to a list is you do list dot append, and then inside of the parentheses you put what you want to append to the list.
Do you
Boom.
need I don't think you need the spaces. I'm gonna.
Yeah. So
Oh, so I didn't have to set this to a variable. I could just do it like this.
that is a true statement. Okay. Now you have appended you've for every single number in the list, you have squared it and then put it in your empty list.
Okay. And then after I did that, I have to sort the squared numbers that is attached to the empty list. So then that's where now I think I could do sorted. Wait, you said it's a function.
Uh
Is appendix also a function?
appendix does not exist.
I mean, append.
Append is a function. Append, remember we said class dot function. So append is a function that belongs to a class. That's why you call it, you do list dot append. But I'm telling you that sorted is not in a class. What that means is you don't have to do something dot sorted. You can just call sorted. All right, 3 seconds of silence is my cue. Does that make sense? Don't lie.
So if I can't do dot sorted because it doesn't belong to a class, does that mean you could do sorted and then parentheses whatever you're sorting?
Yeah, I'm saying you. All you have to do is do sorted. You don't have to say like something dot sorted. You just call sorted.
Okay, in that case, I could use sorted squared nums equals sorted, and then yes, because I'm sorting whatever is appended to the empty list.
Cool. Yeah. So I would say sorted squared nums is now equal to a list, which is the contents of your empty list sorted.
Yes. Okay. And then after that, return the sorted squared nums. And then okay, then I do return sorted squared. No, why is it? And then now I can call the function. And let's do 6 and 5.
Um. So what does sorted squares accept as a parameter?
Oh, a list. Because nums is a list.
I agree.
Yes.
Okay. And what
I
is
like that.
the before you even run the code, what is the expected output of that?
The expected output is 25 and 36.
Yep, I agree. And maybe you would want to print that because otherwise, how are you going to see what it was?
Okay.
Cool.
So let's
It's
test it.
yeah, let's run some code, man. Let's run some code.
So can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do Python. I'm going to do Python 3 and then March 1.py. Oh my goodness. This is what I anticipated. Well, we anticipated and it worked.
Yeah, this is actually the happiest day of my life. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, Let me ask you a quick question. Do you see that line with a squiggly under it?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what is that doing?
I don't know.
I
Are
don't
you
know
sure?
either. Well, I do know. The answer is nothing.
Is it a syntax error?
Well, I'm not asking why is there a squiggly under it. I'm asking in your algorithm, like why did you write that line of code? Like what is that line of code
Oh,
doing?
it's squaring the integers in the list of nums.
I agree. I agree. That's a true statement. Um and This is so funny because I have to like ask questions. I can't just like say what I want to say. I have to like ask a question that makes you think in the direction that I want you to think. So that be, give me some grace here. But like, well, this is so funny. It is so funny. If you ever teach anybody something appropriately, that would be such a you'll understand the conundrum I'm in. So, okay. Yeah, you are squaring a number right there. And are you doing anything with that number?
I'm attaching the squared number to the empty list.
Okay. So in line 7, you square the number. And then in line 8, you square the number again, but this time you append it to a list.
Wait a minute. I squared it. Oh, I can remove this
I agree.
because it'll still iterate. Yes.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Okay.
I did not know what you were trying to insinuate at first.
Yeah, that's my fault. I mean, I'm doing that on purpose. I'm just trying to make you think. But yeah, consider running your code again to make sure it still works. Maybe it was doing something and we didn't know. Wow, it still works.
Okay, I do have a question about that. So if we're iterating through 6.5, it's going to attach 20, it's going to attach 36 to this. And then in the next iteration, it's going to
It's
attach
pronounced
25
iteration. The word
in the next.
I. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you off, but save you some
Okay.
embarrassment on your first day of computer science class. Um, the word I iteration does not exist. It's pronounced iteration.
Okay, I'm sorry. The iteration is going to attach 25 to this as well. Okay, yeah, that's right. I had to make sense of it on my own because I was thinking, like, if I did that, then it would do 36 and then 25. But then I realized I'm attaching the squared numbers to the empty list. There's only one empty list. So, yeah. Awesome. I have no more questions.
Sweet. And we're at 45 minutes. Unfortunately, I definitely do not have time to start a new LeetCode problem. Just a hint for the next episode, we're going to do it again. And we're going to do it again until you can solve the problem without any questions. And then at that point, you're ready to move on to the next LeetCode problem. Because why would I introduce a new LeetCode problem before you've mastered the current one? That would be just like college professors moving on to new material before their students mastered the current material. Yeah. So, yeah, I would recommend not on stream. I don't want you to expose yourself with your browser history, but I would recommend going to this LeetCode problem and pasting your code and rerunning it on LeetCode to make sure that it still passes all of the test cases on LeetCode.
Real quick, can you show me how to because last week whenever we did this one, I tried running this and I set the program language to Python, but it didn't work.
Okay,
But I also had deleted the class thing that was already there because I thought I didn't need it. But it didn't go back. So like I don't have that class thing. I don't know how to get it back.
yeah, that's fair. So we can do that off camera so that you can show me your Chrome. Okay, but yeah, that's the end of this episode. Um, Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. If
Like, subscribe.
Mr. Beast can beg for likes, then so can I. Yeah. You want to say anything, Amaria, before we go? We'll see you next week. You know what I'm saying?
Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know if we're making progress pretty good. Yeah. See you guys next video.
I'll see you guys next time.